I am so happy seeing how loved our housemates are for Pinoy Big Brother Celebrity Collab Edition. And they deserve all the love that they are getting talaga. Sa loob kasi ng bahay, we got to know them as half of a duo. Pero syempre, ang dami nilang mga words of wisdom, life experiences, pati lessons learned that they can share as individuals. Kaya naman, for this very special conversation, I get to sit down with our Kapamilya Big Winner, Brent Manalo. Brent Manalo, welcome to Paano Ba To?
Thank you for having me po, Ate Bianca. Thank you. I'm so excited, guys. Alam mo, napapanood ko talaga to.
Uy.
And pinapakinggan ko habang nagda-drive ako.
Grabe, salamat. Thank you. I'm so excited to get this chance to sit down with you because I feel it's safe to say that of all the housemates and particularly of all the Big Four housemates, you are the most quiet. And I don't say that in a bad way. I think na sobra ko nag-resonate sa iyo as a housemate ko. Sobrang introvert ko din. As in, to the max. And so we actually have a lot to talk about kasi now it's time to shine the spotlight on you. Not as part of a duo, not as part of a group of housemates, pero as Brent Manalo. But first, I have to start with PBB questions.
Okay,
kasi syempre, ang mga tao ay may hangover. Gusto pa rin na ibalik kayong lahat sa bahay. I'll start with, please describe what you think Kuya looks like physically.
Si Kuya, tingin ko si Kuya sobrang moreno niya. Yung boses niya, ang lalim niya mag-Tagalog, no? Ang lalim po niya mag-Tagalog.
Matatas siya mag-Tagalog.
Actually, isa yun sa mga ina-admire ko sa kanya, yung pagtatagalog niya. Kaya parang Pilipinong-Pilipino.
So, moreno. Ano pa?
Tingin ko, medyo mid-length na yung buhok niya.
Okay.
Yung parang ginagrow out niya yung buhok niya.
Okay. Ano pa?
Non-negotiable, lagi nakasalamin si Kuya. I feel like it. Lagi nakasalamin.
Dahil malabo na ang paningin?
I think it's really smart also. Kaya ganun.
Sa
Kaya
kakabasa ng books.
Kakabasa. Yun.
I love hearing how you guys visualize.
Iba-iba po ba kami na pagka-describe kay Kuya?
Medyo iba.
Medyo iba.
But based on the voice, I'm sure marami rin ng ganyan ang nakikita sa kanya. Do you think Kuya is tall, medium, short?
Saka, feel ko lover boy.
Parang doon ka tumama. Hindi na yun physical, pero I think baka doon. Okay. Which task or part of being a housemate did you dislike the most?
Of course, the nomination talaga. I think it was the hardest for me. Di yun napapakita all the time, pero every time talaga mag-nominate ako, grabe yung anxiety ko. May times pa before na during the first few nominations, hindi ako nakakatulog, Ate Bianca, after ko mag-nominate. Tapos hindi ko talaga makausap yung mga ninominate ko. Tapos, ang tagal lagi namin sa confession room. I think hindi nila napapakita yung part niya kasi syempre they have to cut that part since it's gonna take so long. Yun talaga. Nominations.
Now that you mention it, I do remember that the first nomination that you did with Mika, tama ba kayong dalawa? Parang una kayong nag-nominate if I'm not mistaken. And I remember we were looking at the clock and ang tagal na. Tapos kino-compute namin, anong oras pa ito matatapos if everyone takes this long? But yes, you guys really took long. And that's really one of the toughest parts of being a housemate.
Saka, yung at first talaga, it was easier for me nung pinakauna compared to the other ones. Kasi hindi pa siya nagiging totoo eh. Pero nung may na-evict na sa amin, it felt more real na, oh my God, parang pag nag-nominate ka pala, may possibility na yung ninominate mo, sila yung lalabas.
Yeah.
So, in a way, because I know everyone inside the house is really fighting for something. So, I feel like I'm part of yung pagpatay dun sa mga pangarap nila na pinaglalaban nila sa loob ng bahay. Yun, kaya mahirap po talaga.
Yeah, totoo. Pero, sadyang parte ng pagiging housemate.
Parte ng laro.
What is one thing you were surprised to discover about yourself inside the Big Brother house?
Na kaya kong magstay ng 4 months.
In one space.
And with so many people. It was such a struggle for me na makihalubilo talaga. Lalo na sobrang, parang I'm one of the biggest introverts sa industry natin. And yung tumira sa isang bahay na isang kwarto pa lang kasi nasanay po ako. I've been living alone for more than 10 years now.
Oh, wow.
So, even sa family home namin, I have my own room, pero having to share that one room with 9 other people, it was such a hard thing to do. Pero, yun nga, buti na lang swerte ako, yung mga housemates po talagang understanding. If I need time alone, binibigay nila yun. And masarap silang pakisamahan kahit nahihirapan ako at first.
Yeah, in fairness, no, pag introvert ka tapos naging housemate ka, it's like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna deal with this? Pero eventually, you get to adjust. Dito sa outside world, what is the craziest, funniest, or favorite meme na nakita mo about yourself?
Yung sinagot ko si Kuya. Parang may nag-viral na I don't need that. Parang gano'n. I don't need that, but it's nice to hear.
Yes.
Parang yun. Pero yung objective ko na hindi para naman sagutin si Kuya. Para lang...
This was in the confession room.
Yes. Parang kinokonsole lang niya ako that time about being the least desirable na makaduo. Pero parang hindi ko naman siya kailangan during that time kasi hindi naman ako na-apektuhan talaga nung time na yun since alam ko naman na may context naman kaming lahat ng motto.
Yeah. Nakakatawa yan. I do remember when kumalat yon and then parang nilagay na lahat ng parang mga aura moments mo sa loob ng bahay tapos inedit na in one video. Yeah, that was a very memorable line. You said kanina it was about adjusting as well. Pero any other biggest change you saw before you entered the house versus now sa outside?
Ang laki po. Siguro yung isa doon, yung pagiging pagpapakita ng emotions. Because at first talaga, I was so shy na umiyak sa harap ng mga housemates. Every time we had to share in front, hindi ko talaga magawang umiyak. Tapos kahit pag umiyak sila, kahit naiiyak ako, tatry kong tumawa just to have the wall na hindi ako masyado naapektuhan. But then, gradually, kasi even yung mga guys sa amin, Ate Bianca, sobrang emotional ng tao. So, kumbaga na-rub off sa akin yung pagiging emotional nila na it's okay to be emotional, it's okay to cry, it's okay to show other people your emotions and it's not a sign of weakness. Kasi before, yung thinking ko din, parang pagpapakita mo to, weakness to na they can use against you. Pero yun, I learned na it's okay to be vulnerable and to show people your emotions.
Yeah. I remember a lot of people saying about this batch, especially about the boys, na parang ang healthy ng relationship ng batch of housemates na to. And that was a big factor, di ba? Yung vulnerability and openness to show emotions to each other. If you could choose another kapamilya as your duo, sino ang top 1 sa list mo?
Top 1? Parang siguro dalawa. Okay na ba yan?
Okay. Dalawa din. Sino?
Si Esnir, of course. Ever since talaga, nung nalaman ko yung duo system, parang ang saya siguro kung magiging magka-duo kami. And of course, si Atik lang. Si Atik lang talaga.
Oh, pero ang riot ka nung ikaw and Esnir as a duo. Klang because...
Siya naman po talaga yung rason kung bakit ako tumagal sa loob ng bahay. Kaya din yung spot before, no-brainer, sa kanya ko din ibibigay talaga. Siya po yung panganay eh. Nasanay ako panganay ako sa labas. And I had to be responsible that time. Pero having her inside the house, parang nawala yung responsibilidad na yon. Inako niya lahat, hindi niya hinati sa akin. Parang inako niya, so kumbaga, kailangan ko lang isipin doon is makisama and wag maging pabaya or wag magsabi ng mga di dapat sabihin dapat. Yun. Kaya, ang laking tulong sa akin ni Atik lang.
Yeah. Ang power naman kung mangyari ang mga duos na yon. If you could choose a solo big winner from your batch, who would it be? And why?
Mika, syempre.
Loyal sa isa't isa. I love it. Breka kasi, forever. Na by the way, nung pinili niyo yung Breka, lahat ng tao dito, Mick Brent yan. Tapos
actually, may story yun sa loob ng bahay. Akala namin kasi, may sumisigaw kasi ng Breka sa labas. Brekla pala yun.
Brent and Clarice.
Oh.
Kaya nyo sinabing Breka. As in,
Breka.
lahat kami nakakamot kasi dito sa outside world, as you know now, Mick Brent. Tapos nung final duo name, Breka, lahat kami ba?
Yun
So,
yung
Mika pa
backstory
rin,
nun.
of course.
Si Mika pa rin po talaga.
What are you most proud of with yourself sa naging journey mo inside the house?
I made it that far. I went in thinking na I'm only gonna maybe last a month or basta yung ano ko lang talaga, wag sana akong unang ma-evict. Yun lang yung sinabi ko sa lahat ng loved ones ko, sa friends ko na hopefully di ako ma-evict ng una. But yung 1 month sa akin talagang enough na yun, Ate Bianca. Hindi ko na kailangan tumagal pa. Gusto ko lang talaga mapakilala yung sarili ko sa mga tao, mas maintindihan ako. Kasi nga, dahil tahimik ako, it's often misunderstood. Na nayayabangan sa akin or gano'n na ayaw ko makipag-usap. So yun, kaya nung tumagal ako nung ganong katagal.
Patagal. 2 months na, 3
3
months na.
Uy, ba't di pa ako na-evict? Saka yung mga times na na-nominate ako, parang wow, parang may supporters pala ako sa... Iba kasi yung PBB. Like, we know na lahat kami may mga following na outside. Pero iba rin po kasi talaga yung pag nasa loob ka na ng bahay, wala kang idea talaga sa nangyayari sa labas. Yun, kaya nung tumagal ako ng ganun, parang I'm really proud of myself na despite being so quiet, meron talagang nakakita pa rin nung personality ko and nakita nung puso ko sa loob ng bahay.
Yeah, I remember your caption when you had the photo here in front of the house na parang, thank you for seeing my heart. And yan ang nakita ng marami talaga ngayon. Because this is Paano Ba To, of course, we would love to hear your advice on different problems na sobrang daming ganon ang pinagdadaanan. And we'll start with asking Brent, paano ba to?
Okay.
Sa school or career, okay. One of your first discovery moments, your grad pic went viral. And after that, mas na-dig up ng mga tao na, grabe, valedictorian pala siya, cum laude pala siya. And then eventually, you entered slightly different career from what you studied, which is advertising management. A lot of people write to Paano Ba To with a similar problem to this. Sa school, alam ko ang kakayanan at galing ko. Pero nung nagsimula na sa work, parang lost ako kasi biglang ang daming mas magaling. Paano ba to?
Sa akin kasi, like with my experiences after graduating, doon ko sabi talaga, marami kang pagdadaanan na rejections, na failures. Even when I was studying, it wasn't easy getting that title, yung valedictorian, yung cum laude. And so, it also happened after graduating. Hindi naman magaling ka sa lahat ng bagay. Meron din talaga mga pagkakataon na kulelat ka, na huli ka. Pero yung dapat mong matutunan talaga, it's okay to be last. Pero, you know, once na ikaw na yung first, don't be scared of it also. Kasi, it took you a long time for sure na, and now na you're still struggling, it's gonna take you so much more time. Pero, timing is everything. Perfect timing will come to you. And once it happens, you're gonna understand why everything you had to go through had to happen.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I did want to ask 2 things. Tama ba that the reason you went from being an average student to a valedictorian is actually a big challenge that came in your life? And
Yeah.
what a switch
Sobra.
from average to biglang valedictorian nung nag-graduate.
Nagla-last section pa ako dati, Ate Bianca. Like, di ba, meron
How
may
do you
fives
go from that pa-last
Oh.
section to valedictorian?
Yun nga eh. Siguro, syempre, sa awa rin ng Panginoon. Pero, yung talagang nagkaroon ako ng cheating scandal sa school, akala ko talaga end of the world na yun. Kasi gusto na ng teachers, mag-public apology ako sa flag ceremony, ganong level siya. During that time, I was only 14. So, it sort of felt like kasiraan ko na yun. Never ko na
And at
ma-redeem
14,
yung
that feels
sarili
like
ko. Oo.
everything, yeah.
Oo. Pero, may nag-shift sa akin bigla na sinabihan ako after lahat ng teachers na i-bring down ako. And I understand naman, syempre I had to be accountable. May isang teacher na nagsabi sa akin na alam ko kaya mo, patunayan mo yung sarili mo. And then the following year, ayun, parang switch lang na bigla gumaling ako sa school. Pero it's a lot of hard work talaga.
Yeah.
I had to put everything just to prove everyone and of course myself na I can do it.
Yeah. Ang galing na parang like, even if you feel the odds are stacked against you, when one person speaks life to you, parang may effect talaga siya.
Parang may isang lang taga maniwala sa'yo. Parang tingin mo, naniniwala sa'yo yung buong mundo.
Yeah.
Yun.
The second thing I wanted to ask about that is, syempre, after being valedictorian, and then I listed here, you were consistent Dean's Lister in college, you received leadership awards, and then eventually nga cum laude. Syempre, that builds kumpiyansa sa sarili, di ba? And so going from that high, syempre, you graduate, feeling mo you're the shit talaga, di ba? Parang ang sarap ng
Are we allowed to say that here?
We're allowed naman.
Wow.
Feeling mo like, diba? No, because ako, as a nerd, ganun din, feeling ko out of school, it's like, wow, the world is mine. Kasi feeling ko, andito ako. Biglang when you enter the real world, you're like, oh my God, nanliliit ka. So how, I guess, did you navigate that prior to joining PBB?
Exactly. Totoo yung sinabi mo, Ate Bianca. Kasi sa akin din, parang pakiramdam ko, kahit ngayon, okay, mahirapan ako. Pero for sure, after nito, makukuha ko yan. It always works for me. Ganun yung mindset ko before. Pero lalo nung pumasok ako showbiz, yun talaga. Doon talaga ako pinaka-nahirapan na grabe talaga, lalo na pagbaguhan ka talaga, yung mga mararamdaman mong rejections, mga masasabi sa'yo, minsan din talaga maintindihan man nun din naman pag nagsisimula ka since wala ka pang pangalan, ang dami mong kailangan pagdaanan. Wala kailangan talaga siya. I think may guidance din talaga ng mga tao nakapaligid sa akin. Support system din. Kailangan mo yun. Kasi kung ikaw lang at ikaw yung mag-aangat sa sarili mo every time na you're brought down or humbled down by all your experiences, maliliit ka talaga. Sobrang maliliit ka. Pero mom ko rin talaga sobrang nakatulong sa akin, Ate Bianca. Siya talaga yung pag walang naniniwala sa akin, siya yung magsasabi sa akin, nagawa niya yan, mas magagawa mo, maayos yan.
Yeah.
So, growing up, ang laki na ng self-assurance ko talaga. Sobrang self-secured ko. Even prior to joining PBB. Kaya yun, yung laking tulong sa akin ng mom ko.
Yeah.
Mom ko talaga.
Hello, mommy. The
Mariel.
best. Love it. Na may shining moment niya on TV.
Inside. Parang artista na paglabas
Di ba nagpapapicture din mga tao sa kanya?
Gulat
Does she
nga
like
ako
it?
Medyo na-enjoy niya.
Yun lang.
Na-enjoy niya.
Okay. Family. Yan. You mentioned earlier nga na growing up as the panganay, you had such a big responsibility because your parents worked abroad. Is that correct? And
US.
so you with your lola really helped raise your younger siblings. Now, ang daming makarelate dito na nakakapagod maging panganay. Yung expectation na laging ikaw ang responsible at matatakbuhan. I love my family pero grabe din yung pressure. Paano ba to?
I'm gonna be honest, may time din na napagod ako, Ate Bianca, na gusto ko na din takbuhan. Lalo na kasi sobrang dami kong gusto mangyari sa buhay ko na parang problema ko na problemahin ko, saka na yung sa inyo, parang kanya-kanya muna tayo, ganun. Pero na-realize ko kasi every time na hindi ko rin kayang pasanin yung sarili kong problema, sila din naman yung nandyan Siguro mas malaki lang yung naitutulong ko pa ngayon sa mga problema nila kasi I have the means to do it. Pero once na you're down and you're experiencing rock bottom, sila din naman yung sasalo sa'yo. So, it's okay to feel that way na paubos ka na. It's okay, it's valid. Pero siguro reassess na lang everything na you're feeling na once you go through it also, yung mga pinagdadaanan nila, I'm sure na sila din naman yung sasalo sa'yo.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure proud na proud yung mga kapatid mo sa'yo talaga at this point. And they're happy na nilaban mo all those challenging and struggling times. Hindi madali ha, maging panganay. Ako naman bunso kasi ako, so I cannot relate. But I know so many panganays who really
Hirap talaga.
feel the weight. Sabi nga nila, the backbone of society are eldest kids.
Exactly.
Okay. Love and relationships. I honor your privacy as a very private person myself. But of course, you have had past relationships that
Yes.
ended in heartbreak. You have had past relationships that you were also the cause of the heartbreak. And you learned a lot from those, for sure. So the question is, sobrang sakit na naging breakup ko. Paano nga ba mag-move on, Brent?
Oh,
The moving on part. Problema ng napakaraming tao. It's a struggle.
pag pagdadaanan talaga yan, parang never siya mangyayari pag move on. Parang ang hirap niyang gawin. Pero for me, what works talaga is to really give yourself time. Really go through it. Because if i-avoid mo, if magkakaroon ka na, kasi yung iba ginagawa na, rebound or they try to waste away yung nag-iinom, kung ano-anong bisyo para lang makalimutan. It's not gonna help you or it won't benefit you in any way. Para sa akin lang talaga, focus on yourself. Give yourself time. Mourn if you have to. Parang pag kasi nag-move on ka, para ka namatayan, di ba? Just really go through it. I don't know how long you need kasi kanya-kanyang pacing talaga yung mga tao. Pero once na bigyan mo ng enough time sa sarili mo, dahan-dahan yan makapag-move on ka.
Very well said. And yeah, there's no way to get through it but through it. Ika nga nila. Dahil dyan, at this point in your life, ano ang nakita mong non-negotiable qualities if ever you were to decide to get into a relationship again? Qualities ng partner mo, I mean.
Ngayon, if buong-buo na siya. Kasi before, I used to think na parang if I'm entering a relationship, I should complete them. Na parang it's only gonna work if they also need me and I need them. Pero now, if magkakaroon ako ng relationship ulit, gusto ko yung buo na sila, hindi na nila kailangan humanap. Kumbaga, yung mabibigay ko na lang sa kanila is yung pagmamahal na kailangan nila, yun lang mabibigay ko. Hindi na nila kailangan buuin yung sarili nila kasi buong-buo na.
Oh, grabe. One answer. For reference, si Ralph at si Will, I interviewed them separately. Pareho silang 3 answers. Sabi nila, God-fearing, driven, or parang may passion about what they're doing, and family-oriented. Specific. Sa'yo, buo.
Buo na.
So how does someone know kung buo na sila?
One, siguro alam na yung self-worth nila.
In that sense, yeah.
Parang there are things kasi na we allow even though we know na it's not good for us. So if inaalaw pa nila yon na kahit mapapasama na sila or talong-talo sila, I don't think buo pa sila pag ganun. Yun.
Yeah. Makes sense. Noted? Okay. Noted daw
Noted.
sila. Last, like we said, diba, you are the quietest housemate perhaps. You're an old soul as well. You're very reflective. Like, especially in the first half of your stay sa house. Gusto mo talaga na pag-iisa and you don't mind alone time. Now, a lot of people, especially who listen to Paano Ba To, I seem to attract introverts, maybe because introvert din ako. So, ang tanong ay, introvert ako, pero ang work ko, kailangan medyo lalabas ang pagka-extrovert. Paano ba to?
Exactly. Ako din yan. Parang kailangan, ako ba nag-send yan?
From Brent Manal. Hindi.
From Brent. Hirap talaga. Simula, lalo na nung una po, sobrang hirap niyan na, lalo na sa showbiz, parang you're often mistaken as a snob or arrogant pag tahimik ka or di ka namamansin. Pero siguro parang natutunan ko magkaroon ng switch na pag alam kong trabaho, tulad ngayon na pag mag-isa lang ako, hindi naman ako magsasalita ng ganito kadami. Para akong Armalite ngayon, pakiramdam ko maubos yung battery ko after nito. Yun, parang switch din na talaga na parang, kumbaga, I'm playing a role, pero siguro na-try kong i-file yung mga personalities ko na parang if I'm alone, I'm gonna be this Brent. If I'm at work, I'm gonna be this Brent.
Yeah.
So, right now, I'm Mr. Professional Brent.
Yeah,
Ganun.
tama.
Wala siyang right template on how to do it. Ang ma-advise ko lang is gradually, you have to teach yourself how to do it kasi lalo na pag work, may mga makaka-misunderstood talaga kahit anong gawin mo. And yun din, it's work. So you have to work for it.
Tama.
Yun.
I like what you said na gradually kasi feeling ko parang baka madaming may impression na kailangan you dive into it right away and ito ka na. But hindi you're right. It happens in baby steps. Parang itatry mo na medyo maging mas extroverted to this small group. And then when you feel like, oh, kaya ko pala. And then you can try to do it with a bigger group or in a different way, in a different setting. And I have to say, in my case, parang it also took years. And I also feel meron siyang element na you have to remember na it's not being not you or parang it's not betraying your core or your real self when you know introvert ka pero you're acting as an extrovert. But kumbaga it's like a switch, like you said. I also see mine as a switch as well. Or like a different hat lang that you have to wear na hindi naman yun, hindi ikaw, hindi ka nagpapakatotoo. It's just a different side of you na ina-exaggerate mo. Parang ganon. Ino-OA mo lang yung isang side. And then after,
Tulog na yan.
wala kakausap sa amin after nito ng mga 10 hours.
Nakakulong na ako sa kwarto nito after nito.
Same. Hard same. Okay, so hindi ka nag-iisa sa lahat ng mga introverts. We'll go to fan questions for you, Brent. We'll start with a question from Helen Cruz. Ito na mga nakita mo for sure when you started in the industry and maybe after the house, konti lang, pero hindi sila mawawala. Would you rather ignore the hate comments or defend yourself on social media?
Before, talagang magbabasa talaga ako hate comments. Minsan, actively ko pang sinesearch yan para lang malaman ko and then I would try to conform to what they want me to be.
Actively sinesearch, so like you'll type.
Pare, like sa Twitter before, Brent Manalo.
Oh
Sinesearch ko.
why
Nung
would you do that to yourself?
2018
Oh
to,
my
nagsisimula ako.
gosh. Yeah.
Pero nung narealize ko, it's not really healthy for me na, lalo na nung parang, I would really try to change myself just so other people would like me. And then parang it sort of felt like I was starting to not like myself just so other people would like me. Kaya, yun, parang tinigil ko na lang. Never na ako nagbasa. If ever man may mababasa ko, pag nasimulan ko, hindi ko natatapusin. So yeah, ignore na lang talaga. Never na rin ako nag-defend ng sarili ko. Even when I was young kasi never din talaga ako, di ba dami din nga talaga hindi nakakaintindi sa personality ko. I didn't take time na to defend myself kasi pag may perception na rin kasi ang hirap nang baguhin nun eh. You can only try so much. Pero siguro din, kung ano yung makakatulong sa'yo. Kung tingin mo yung pagde-defend ng sarili mo, it would help you. And if that works for you, then go for it. Pero sa akin, what worked was ignore talaga. Kasi pag di-defend mo, lalo na sa industriya natin, Ate Bianca, pag di-defend mo sarili, mas lalaki yan. Mas mapipick up yan ng media, ng mga tao. Kasi for sure may rebuttal pa yung sinagot mo.
Yeah.
Kaya avoid na lang talaga.
Yeah. And I think what I've learned also is there are negative comments na alam mong kahit sagutin mo, they've made up their mind about you that they don't like you. Ibig sabihin, nothing that you can say will convince them otherwise. But there are also negative comments na parang come from a place of care.
Pag constructive naman, yun talaga, talagang ina-acknowledge ko yun. Yung pagbabago ko sa sarili ko, internal na talaga. I won't speak about it, pero yan, dahan-dahan, makita nila na pinabago ko na.
Yeah. Have you ever answered someone on social media? Ever?
Before.
So may battle phase ka before?
One time pa lang po.
Do you regret answering?
Yeah.
I know. Ang dami
Never
ko din
again.
na battle dati.
Never
na parang,
again.
ano
po yung...
dapat hindi ko ginawa. Ang dami sa akin,
Ano yung
oh my
pinaka
gosh. There are receipts online. So madami, sobrang dami. It has gotten me into trouble so many times. And so like...
Pero yung
ayoko
pagpatol
na talaga.
niyo po, parang bastos din ba? O hindi naman?
No. It's very my personality na respectful. No. yung mga dati pa nga when I was younger, I guess because of immaturity, passive-aggressive, ganyan. Kadiri. So, ayoko na. I've learned my lesson also. Next, from Rain Mariano. Anong thoughts mo sa love team culture noon until now? Do you hate it? Do you adore it? Or what do you feel about it? And would you want to be in a love team? Bakit or bakit hindi?
Honestly, fan ako ng mga love teams eh. If I'm gonna be honest, like, naging fan ako ng Jaydeen before.
James
Kasi
and
talaga
Nadine.
parang...
Otwal era ba yan?
yung
Okay,
kinikilig din ako sa kanila. I don't really mind. Parang for me, if it would help your career, hindi naman siya nakakababa ng pagkatao. And as long as you're being real with your love team and with what you show to your audience, it's okay para sa akin. So, I adore it.
And if ever, would you want to be in a love team? Bakit or bakit hindi?
Parang na-experience ko na din naman po in a way. Kasi may mga naging pairing na din po sa akin before. Ang swerte ko rin din talaga na yung mga nakaka-pair ko, nakakasundo ko po talaga. Outside work, we really hang out and get to know each other. So, yeah, okay lang din po.
Yeah. I think lang, the tricky part, I don't know how actors do it actually, is the tricky part is when
Separate yung...
parang the fans get very possessive. And if you have a life outside of the love team, they take it against the actor.
Yun nga, kaya nga dapat talaga ipakita nyo yung totoong nangyayari na kasi it's so easy to confuse your audience. Pero I think it's also part of the culture na yung mystery na hindi nila ano ba talaga nangyayari.
Is it not them? Yeah.
Kaya din sila, kasi pag minsan nawawala rin kasi yung kilig sa kanila pag sinagot mo na hindi, oo. So, kanya-kanya na lang siguro. Yeah. Siguro, you have to protect your heart din naman din. Yung mga audience na mga susuportahan nila, dapat willing sila na kung ano man yung mga endgame nung sinusuportahan nila, is respetuhin din po.
Yeah, tama. So, we'll see kung ano mangyayari sa Breka or Mick Brent kasi I'm sure you've seen it. Na siniship kayo. Tapos ganun pa yung sign. So, alam mo na. Pero, I think that's different because they got to know you two individually and as best friends.
Saka sa loob din po, talaga, parang never namin naisip na it was ever possible for us to be a love team. Kasi ang dalas namin mag-away, Ate Bianca.
Nakita namin doon.
Grabe kami mag-away. Kaya nga, feel ko, makikita talaga nila na paano kami magiging love team kung never kami naging
part
sweet
yun ng
sa isa't
kilig,
isa.
Minsan yung parang asot pusa relationship, dun sila natin.
Ngayon ko lang siya naintindihan talaga. Gets. Okay.
But I think safe to say that for the two of you, you will always show people how it really is. Diba? Doon kayo nagsimula eh. So, magpapatuloy lang doon. Last question from the fan, from Mike Erickson. What practical advice can you give to someone who is losing their passion because their work is not being validated, given that opportunities are limited?
Hirap kasi ako until now, I still go through that na sometimes pag pagod na pagod ako, parang konting man lang, pampalubag loob na ang galing mo or you did your best, so na-appreciate namin yun. Pero yun nga, you really have to trust yourself talaga and kung walang magbibigay, ikaw na magbigay sa sarili mo. Na, ayun, ako talaga, minsan titingin ko sa sarili ko sa salamin natin, Bianca, okay ka ngayon. Hindi ka, lalo na pag medyo sumusumpong yung pagka-introvert ko sa trabaho, okay yan, napakita mo pa rin naman kahit pa paano, nagawa mo yung best mo. Yun, sarili talaga. Kasi wala ka, okay na may support system ka and sila sa kanila ka nag-lean on. Pero talaga, at the end of the day, you have yourself. So, yun, make use of that.
And in this conversation, I have to say, ang galing mo. And you did really give your best. And ang daming advice, I guess maybe as a fellow introvert, ang daming advice that was so spot on that I'm sure helped a lot
Sana makatulong.
Of those introverts and even maybe extroverts who are watching and listening right now. As a last advice to everyone na may pinagdadaanan na challenges in life, struggling with something in some facet of their life right now, figuring out what to do next and where life will take them, ano yung advice mo sa kanila?
Everything that you're going through right now, one day it's all gonna make sense. ako, naging thinking ko talaga, every time I would go through hard times, it's always meant to teach, meant to humble, and meant to prosper. So, if ngayon you feel like you don't understand everything that's going on, one day, pag naabot nyo na yung mga gusto nyo maabot, yung mga pangarap nyo na nandyan na sa harap nyo, you're gonna understand why it had to happen, lahat ng struggles nyo sa buhay. So, kung mahirap man ngayon, bukas, madali na yan.
Paano Ba To is created and hosted by me, Bianca Gonzalez, with podcast producer Anika Neri and edited by Paolo Halili. To be part of our community of supers, please do follow this podcast here on Spotify or click the subscribe button on YouTube, and you can follow Paano Ba To on Instagram, ask Paano Ba To on TikTok, and join our private Facebook group, the Paano Ba To Super Group. Till our next episode, stay super, supers!